Hi, today we're going to read about a dangerous landslide. You can listen to the article as I read it and follow along, or you can read with me or read the story on your own. So here we go. A dangerous landslide. You have a picture of a landslide right here. Here we go. A dangerous landslide. One night in March 2014, mud broke loose from a tall hillside near the town of Oslo, Washington. The giant mass of wet soil moved downhill quickly. It eventually covered 30 nearby houses with mud and dirt. Many people were hurt. Landslide is a word many people use to describe this kind of emergency. This landslide happened when very heavy rain soaked the ground near Oslo. At the beginning of any muddy landslide, wet ground breaks loose. As the mud moves, it may rip bushes, boulders, trees, and other things out of the ground. Landslide can cause serious damage. A big landslide could bury homes and badly injure people in its path. Landslide can also dump huge amounts of wet dirt onto roads and highways. This added enormous weight could wreck cars and might even cause the road to collapse. If a landslide happens near an area that includes buildings, it could break water lines, gas lines, or electrical lines. That kind of damage could also start fires. Scientists are trying to figure out to help people be safe in areas where a landslide occurs. The best thing, experts say, is to have a plan for what to do if this kind of moving earth emergency happens. So after this article, there are two parts of questions. The first part is a multiple choice questions. Make sure to bubble up your answer. And the second part is a short response question. I'm gonna read to you question number 1. The article describes an example of real-life landslide. Where did this landslide happen? Washington, D.C., Seattle, Washington, or Oslo, Washington? Number 2. This article describes some damage that can be caused by landslides. What is one possible effect of a landslide? The mud on a hillside could dry up. Heavy rains could soak the ground. A road or highway could collapse. Number 3. In Oslo, a large amount of wet soil and mud broke loose from a tall hill and covered 30 nearby houses. This landslide happened when very heavy rains soaked the ground near Oslo. What can you conclude based on this evidence? Heavy rains may have been a cause of the landslide in Oslo. The houses in Oslo covered by the landslide had already been flooded from the rains. Landslide only ever happened after heavy rains. Moving on, number 4. What kind of town would most likely be in danger of landslides? A town at the bottom of a muddy hill? A town surrounded by flat, muddy land? A town at the top of a hill? Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to click on that, but that's not the correct answer. Number 5. What is the main idea of this article? Landslide are a dangerous kind of emergency that can cause a lot of damage. Landslide can break water lines, gas lines, or electrical lines. A landslide in Oslo, Washington covered 30 nearby houses and hurt many people. Number 6. Read this paragraph from the article. One night in March 2014, mud broke loose from a tall hillside near the town of Oslo, Washington. The giant mass of wet soil moved downhill quickly. It eventually covered 30 nearby houses with mud and dirt. Many people were hurt. Why does the author begin the article with this paragraph? Just show the readers why landslides can be more dangerous than other kinds of emergencies. To give readers a real-life example of a landslide and the damage it caused. To tell readers not to move to Oslo because of the dangers of landslide there. Moving on, for the short response, please make sure to use capitalization and punctuation and write your answer. Okay, the question, here you go. What are 3 examples from the text of how a landslide can cause serious damage? Remember to use the sentence stem provided here. The 3 examples from the text of how a landslide can cause serious damage are. Go back to the text. So the text, you can just scroll up and here's the text. And make sure to write your name and the date and click submit when you're done. Thank you very much.